One day, when I was away on my shrimp-diplomatic mission doing shrimp-important business, I received a prophetic vision. Yes, this right here is what has prompted the saga of a speedrunning, shrimp-tailing, high-speed chasing, generals blazing, prison-breaking, great undertaking of a recapping journey through patches preceding Amphoreus. A memory refresher for those who already played, a catch-up for those who haven't, and a warning to me. 4 patches is a lot. Today we tackle 2.5 as we finish our Siangelo adventure with the flying auras shot to Lupine Rue. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, does it? Take it away, walkthrough shrimp. The 2.5 begins with a wind... Oh, update to my audio.
Atlas on the wall. Who's the nextest quest of them all?
POV, you're calling me, but I live under the sea. Here's what actually happened in 2.5. We return to Xianzhou, although technically we haven't left, and find Yanqing. After a little recap of 5.4, remember, everything is steerable. Yanqing informs us he intends to give up his position as a Warden's Ringmaster to focus on Hulei's recapture. Fei Xiao is here too. Surprise! She also intends to hunt Hulei, but not before feeding Yanqing in preparation for this great hunt. She isn't wrong though. Eat more Yanqing, grow taller, or you'll be an honorary shrimp forever. Back at Sky-Fearing Commission, Huayan and 2 teenage girls are also strategizing against war criminals. The decision is to proceed with the Wardens as planned, so as not to start the panic around Luofu. As for the recently resigned Warden's Ringmaster, sometimes I can still hear his voice. Well, fortunately for us, March 7th has recently gone on a sore journey and will be filling in for Yanqing while he is away busy growing taller. Meanwhile, in Shackling Prison, Jing Yuan, Dang Hang and Ling Sha Trio arrives to assist Hanya with investigation. I wonder if this works like exposure therapy for Dang Hang, coming back to his home turf prison over and over again. Still, deep down they go, and the investigation is going smoothly. How did the Borison disguise themselves? Borison and Foxian share enough DNA, all they needed was special medicinal pellets. Where did they get the medicinal pellets? Well, thank you for today's sponsors, Sanctus Medicus still doing their goddamn part out there. How did Borison manage to infiltrate the prison? Well, 1, Viriator Eldest helped with the prison layout plans and cloud him magic, and 2, turns out the giant mecha Gundam wolves ending up in prison was all set up and not a quinky dinky. Who would have thought? And finally, who is pulling all those strings? A mastermind behind the scenes, a woman likely to be Fantilia. No, we haven't seen the last of her. She has now become a prophet for Borison, as one does, and seems to be a girl bossing, gaslighting, groundbreaking them to her heart content, if she has one. Now, they're doing brilliant work as a detective team. Go gang, scooby-dooby-doo, but it's kinda awkward. Ling's grudge against Jing Yuan for her and her master's previous exile, it's showing. Girl is not being subtle. And to make sure everyone feels awkward, they even flame on Dang Hang in the passing.
This edition of Imbibitor Lunae.
He can hear you, you know. He's right here.
But too bad for Lingsha and her well-nurtured grudge, her master has been exiled for tampering with Dang Hang's rebirth process.
What did you just say?
What did you just say?
Oh, sorry, just didn't want to be left out. So Jing Yuan and Lingsha resolve their personal differences.
Good idea.
Dang Hang is left traumatized, and they are off to see Chao Chu, who is currently held hostage in Exalted Sanctum by Hulei and his gang. The unaware Xianzhou citizens nearby are threatened with very real ripperoni pizza should Chao Chu try to escape or run, so instead of escaping or running, Chao Chu bides his time engaging in conversations with Hulei. All you need to know about what happens here is 1. Chao Chu likes making food metaphors and I'm so shrimping hungry. 2. Boris and I planning to leave on a starship soon, and to avoid publicizing Hulei's escape, the Luofu Sky travel ports haven't been closed. 3. We learn what makes Fei Xiao sick. She has Borison blood in her, but can't control the Borison moon rage, which is killing her. 4. We also conveniently learn what can control the moon rage, the Crimson Moon heart of the pack leader. The heart that is currently making Hulei immortal, the immortal Hulei's heart? Mayhaps it's time for Chao Chu to put his cooking talk to work and make a hearty meal. Just saying. And we can't forget 5. Maktok is on the clock, so the party never stops. Not even Stargaze and Navalia, where Fei Xiao, Yanqing and Trailblazer round up a few more Borison for their collection and let one of them escape so he can unknowingly lead them to Hulei's hideout. Just in time for a gruesome comedy duo to realize, even if the Sky-Faring ports aren't closed, it's Warden's Festival, and the only ship in the sky will be the Sky Splitter, so any other escaping ship will be immediately noticed. That prompts most wanted criminal Hulei to switch to an unexpected and more radical course of action. Violence. And speaking of cooking...
Oh, bone appetite.
And while returning back to March 7th in the Sky Splitter, through my own acts of violence, I've managed to recover my voice. Thank you for absolutely nothing, Windows. Dearly detested. Although outside of the glorious victory against the Wind of Owls, this plot wasn't quite essential for the plot progression. But we did talk to a bench, so yeah, moving on. Team Fei Xiao locates Zhao Chu's previous location. Zhao Chu is now gone, and only injured Moza is there in his stead. Yeah, turns out earlier Moza did find Zhao Chu, acted all cool about that.
Zhao Chu, I found you.
But then immediately got discovered, beaten up, and left behind with a message for Fei Xiao. Hu Lei invites Fei Xiao to a hunting game. He is going to hunt Luofu citizens and invoke moon rage in Fokshins through the power of the moon and lycanthropy. Fei Xiao says, "Bet," and hunts the Borisons right back. This part is sponsored by Xianzhi Yaoqing and hopes you would pull for Fei Xiao when she is back. Her superior hunting leaves Borison scrambling, and her allies too.
Out of the way!
Oh, quite like the Rainbow Orbiters. Oh, hold on. Enhance. Wow, I didn't even realize there were whole 5 pixels of evidence that Moza cares and protects. Anyway, good for us, not so good for Borison. And Moktok on the clock also dies for the plot. But for Borison it was a necessary sacrifice to ensure their victorious escape through the lone ship in the sky, the Sky Splitter. It's a trap. They put a girl who doesn't wear shoes there, the Borison don't stand a chance. Just kidding, Yanqing is also there. It's time for child labor to save the day. And the day needs saving, cause the security of the Sky Splitter is already compromised. It's a murder mystery for 3 seconds before Borison reveal themselves, and then it quickly becomes a math mystery instead.
We found 2 wolves in the engine room.
If we found 2 wolves in the engine room, and 1 wolf on the ground, and 2 wolves in the storage area, and 3 wolves ran away, but 5 wolves arrived, how many wolves are here on the ship right now?
There's no time to talk about this.
Okay, fine, because the Warden's opening ceremony begins and is quickly crashed by our first contestant. Who is this good lay? Say hooray to Hu Lei! But as we said before, it is indeed a trap, and all of the fake audience is here to get his wolf ass. Except of course the audience and Cloud Knights are all generic NPCs. The real main characters fighting the good fight will be the usual suspects: Yanqing, Yunli, and March.
Let's go.
We bring Boba Tea to an ancient criminal fight and yeah. But it's just the first round, cause well, you know what they say, never bring Boba to a knife fight, never gonna give you up, never drink blood from an unverified source, especially if this source is a medical professional who hates you. By chance you happen to remember piano Zhao Chu randomly dropped in 2.4. Tumble dust, blood thinner, rings a bell? Yeah, it's time to start the concert, cause Zhao Chu has poisoned his own blood with the tumble dust, expecting Hu Lei to lay his teeth on him, and he was spot on. All that's left is for Yanqing to channel the peerless sword of Jingliu and strike true in round 2. And then before long it is done, go Yanqing, the Ice Fairy of Luofu. And even though Hu Lei tries to fight the cold and not let it bother him anyway, Fei Xiao just won't let him. With this, the hunt is finally over. Psych, you thought? Main encounter? Hu Lei, this drama queen, rips his heart out, and to protect Luofu from its dangerous effects, Fei Xiao, this drama queen, eats his heart. And promptly goes insane. Round 3, start! Okay, surely now we've won for good. It's a no. We go inside Fei Xiao's mind or heart, and it's just Hu Lei's anti-therapy and moon rage propaganda, and I can't take him seriously here. Look, he gotta have toe beans. They all hate you, Fei Xiao this, embrace the rage and be the top dog among the Boris and Fei Xiao that. But Fei Xiao isn't open to career change prospects right now, so Fei Xiao faces her alternative future self in a round 4. Shrimping finally. We fight, we win, the bout of Fei Xiao's insanity and rage passes, and so does the era of Hu Lei. It's time to tie the loose ends. Like meeting up with the Vidyadhar Elder, who's rocking a very sanctimaticusi look and very easily admits to assisting Borison with the prison break. Because the Elder did all of that quote-unquote for Vidyadhars, he doesn't expect repercussions from his fellow Drogon blood pulse. And just in case, he also has Bailu as a hostage. Anyway, Dahang casts Spear to the face. In other news, Zhao Chu is alive, although maybe not well, as he has been left without vision after the whole ordeal, and that ordeal is not even over yet, as the unseen masterminds are still out there. We finish on big reveals. News arrived from Xianzhou Yuque. The interrogation of Luo Chenjingliu has concluded. Turns out everything they did was to get a chance to give a PowerPoint presentation on Godslayer Protocol, their latest and greatest in killing Yaoshi, using the divine remnants of the Eon of Propagation safe-kept in Loach's coffin. And this is the moment when Ron May, a non-enthusiast of turning oneself into Yin, arrives to Xianzhou.
And that's 2.5, I believe.
Well done, Xianzhou, solving your crisis and whatnot. As for us, we soon shall depart to Penacony, only 2 patches between us and the myths and legends of Amphoreus. But until then, take good care, and I bid you the shrimp afternoon, shrimp evening, and shrimp night.